Okay, good, good, good. Okay, நீங்க ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணுங்க.
Okay,
Morning.
yeah. Good morning, one and all. On behalf of Annakkili Research Institute and e-teaching Tamil channel, I very much happy to welcome you all to the 22nd session of aari Bioscience webinar series. Today we have our special guest, Dr. G. Mayakkannan. He is currently working as Chief Executive Expert in NOCH International, Malaysia. He is also working as Chief Technology Officer in Microbloom Tech Private Limited, India. He has strong background and expertise in microalgal taxonomy, physiology, and algal biochemistry. So, and he also expert in strain selection improvements, media engineering, culture build up from lab to commercial scale productions. He has successfully designed different cultivation system and cultivated microalgae in open pond and closed bioreactors internationally. He has also developed SOP for intensive culturing with integrated technologies. He attained many government funds for startup to commercial venture and also supervising and training personnel for farming microalgae for use in biofuel, nutraceutical, cosmetics and food industries. Also worked in University of Malaya as honorary overseas scientist where he has maintained their culture collection and guided the faculties and students on algal technology. Also, he has worked as chief phycologist in Algae Tech International, Malaysia. He has cultivated and developed system for commercial production of high value microalgae, each more than volume of 5 lakh liter capacity in both the open and closed cultivation system, and worked in EAT's funded algae integrated bioremediation and biofuel production. He has worked as lead scientist in aquatic energy in Lake Charles, USA, and he also published many articles and books of chapters in peer-reviewed journals and attended many symposium and workshop. As an accomplished scientist with over 11 years of experience in the field of algae, I hope he can share the algal technology to the participants. Hence, I request all participants to listen to the speaker very carefully through this lecture. He will surely deliver great knowledge to you. Dr. Mayakkannan sir, the session is yours. You can,
Okay.
yeah, you can share the PPT. It is not, yeah.
Yeah. Good morning, everyone. This is Dr. Mayakkannan Gopal. I am going to talk about algae in the title of commercial scale production of potential algae and their ubiquitous uses. I think you may all know about algae by seeing it from different places like wet tree bark, wet rock or wall surfaces or water bodies like lake puddles or marine ecosystem. Algae are the most common and widespread primitive group of organisms. It's ubiquitous and cosmopolitan. You can find this one everywhere. You cannot avoid this one from nature. You may come across this organism from different parts of the globe. So they are primarily aquatic, can grow in freshwater, marine, also found in soil as a terrestrial or a subaerial. It's been here in this planet about 500 million years, and it's supplying the oxygen to all the living beings. Algae has been used globally for numerous purposes about centuries. So its measures from unicellular, few micrometers to 70 meter broad. So you can find very tiny microscopic form to gigantic form of nature. It has the different morphology, and algae are the very beautiful organism in the nature. I could say like that. I usually say algae are microscopic ornaments, jewels in nature. If you see under microscope, you can see different size and different shape, and it's unbelievable. You cannot imagine what is that and how it's created. So it will be very nice under the microscope. You may forget your time while watching under the microscope. You can see different morphology. Not only microscopic algae, macroalgae also the same thing. It has different color and different morphology, and it will be very nice to observe as a ecologist. There are 16 different group of algae, but all together universally accepted 73,000 species. Though we had 200,000 different algae recorded, universally accepted 73 species is universally accepted throughout the globe. But we still using very few of them because we don't know how to cultivate or how to establish the potential of that algae. So we have plenty of a gap to identify what is there inside each and every algae. So we have to establish the cultivation system and cultivate the algae, and we have plenty of opportunity to find out what is there in the rest of algae. Okay, when you talk about algae, it has ubiquitous uses. Okay, it's everywhere and you can find in every every form of the product. Okay, first I'm going to talk about the nutrient former product from algae. Everyone knows about the spirulina. It will come as a powder or by a powder or tablet. So you can find it from the market. If you go to doctor, they will suggest you to take this one for your nutrition improvement. Okay, spirulina has about 60 to 65% of protein, which you cannot find any other sources as a digestible, easy digestible protein. Though other algae has 80% of protein or whatever it is, you cannot absorb everything. But the spirulina is a wonderful source of protein, and it has a very good antioxidant like phycocyanin, and we can use it as a tablet or powder or uh, any form of it. Other thing is Amatococcus pluvialis, which produce astaxanthin. The astaxanthin is the world greatest antioxidant. It's 6,000 times better as antioxidant than any other available forms. It's from nature. Okay, when I talk about the Amatococcus, those cells are they will form the spores. That spores, when it's turned to reddening, when it's formed to red spore, it can survive about 60 years. That's a nature creature. It will live without any other disturbance. The spore can live up to 60 years. So you can see the how far it can live. So what's the reason behind is the antioxidant property inside there. So these astaxanthin will help you to come over most of the illness like arthritis or heart problem. Also, it will give long life because of its anti-aging property. Another important product from algae is from we know from decades is beta carotene. This beta carotene comes from different source of natural food like carrot or papaya. Those are very tiny compared to the this marine extremophile Donaliella. So it's 400 times better beta carotene than any other form of other source. Okay. Not only pigments or carotenes, algae produce omega oils that fatty polyunsaturated fatty acids. We can extract the oil and distillate to omega oil from algae. It's wonderful source and it will improve your brain and human health. Not only that, food ingredients and snacks from algae. Now we are eating our food grains as a food ingredients. grains as a food ingredients. But future, surely we are going to have most of the forms of algae food ingredients. So we can get the flour out of from algae, and we can use it as a food ingredient. There are plenty of commercially available snacks of from algae. So those will be very tasty, and it will be it's mesmerizing when you eat. So those are comes from algae from the nature. Not only that, you can find raw food like seaweed solids or the sushi or from the carrageenan or alginate. You can get other type of food ingredients from algae. Carrageenan. When you talk about carrageenan, it's ubiquitous. It's available everywhere in your daily use. You can find from your toothpaste, in your ice cream, and your face cream, and all the food ingredients like milky, creamy items. All you can find this one, the carrageenan. Second is the food. Another one interesting thing from algae is food coloring agent. Algae can produce variant color for its nature. Okay, when talk about spirulina, it will produce phycocyanin. It's a primary blue color. When you mix this blue color with other colors, you can get the colors, different colors like yellow, green, light blue, pink, and red, brown. All the colors you can get from phycocyanin itself. And other algae like yellow phycocyanin, other pigments you can get from algae. So you can get variant color from this algae. So we can use this as a food coloring agent or ink, whatever it is. So it will give you very attractive color for our use. Algae for aquaculture and cattle feed. Okay, algae we can give it as a raw food for the aquaculture industry. They will use feed this one as a rotifer food, rotifers like please. Hello. Okay. Not only this, you can find as a live food as a algae paste to the coffee birds or both rotifers for the aquaculture industry. Aquaculture industry needs this stuff, plenty of this one. So we have a very good market for the paste itself. Also, you can make it as a pellet to feed the fish. Okay. Also, you can make this one as a cattle feed with different composition. Both are basically comes from the algae waste from the other product. When you extract other product, you can use this one as a cattle feed because cattle feeds are not that much attractive, but it has a huge market. From algae, you can get crude oils. From that one, you can distill into the different fuels. You can use it as an alternative to fossil fuel. You can make plastic out of it, and you can make paper out of it. Not only that, endonucleases enzymes from algae. Some of the cyanobacteria will produce endonucleases enzyme. We can use that one in the molecular studies. Whatever available in the commercial micro chemicals are expensive. When we go with algae, it will be much affordable than other source. So we can take intelligence from algae and fluorescent label colors. Okay, like picoritine and alpha-picorinine will fluoresce under the UV light. When it fluoresces under the UV light, we can do many of the experiments with these colors as a fluorescent labels. We can produce bioethanol and biogas from algae because algae are sustainable. We can cultivate and make it as much as possible. We can continually produce whatever you want, bioethanol or biogas. Those are going to be the future source for the energy. Not only that, we can use this as a microfuel fuel cell, microfuel fuel cell. Okay, now algae with the help of sunlight, you can get electricity out of it. When we use this as a microfuel fuel cell, we can generate electricity out of it. So we can use it as a MFC. Not only that, when you talk about cosmetics, cosmetic industry has plenty of algal products in nature. Okay, when you talk about carrageenan and alginate and colors and algae extracts, they play a very good role in the cosmetic industries because those are natural and good for health. No side effects. So people like to buy more of the cosmetics from algae. So you can get different colors and form to the products. Also, you can get the face mask and sunscreen out of algae. Okay. Algal medicine and medical devices. Okay, alginate is a good source for medicine. Like when you have a stomach issue, you can have the antacids and medicine from alginate. And there is a brand that comes from the algal product. It is good for wound healing. Also, the dentist will use. Also, the dentist will use this algae as a um, medical devices. Literally, yes. When they won't make your replica of your tooth, they have to make impression with the alginate. It will be standard. It will form the impression whatever make use of it. So the impression come from this alginate will remain long time. So they can make according to the size and morphology of your teeth. So it's a very wonderful medical device. There is many other uses also for this alginate. Antibiotics and antiviral products from algae. There are plenty of cyanovirin which can cure the HIV. And there is antibiotics like cryptophycin and chlorine, all antibiotics appear from algae. There are many research going on the antibiotic side. Not only that, there is some algal bioremediation. Algae, we can use it as a bioremediation product process. Our scientist, Siva sir, basically use this one for eradicate the tannin industry effluent. It's very tough to eradicate because tannin, when the tannin effluent leave the effluent, it's lot of chemicals and tannins. It's very hard to treat with the other process. When you treat with algae, it's possible and we can get the byproduct as well. Not only that, and we use palm oil industry. It's the same like tannery effluent. It's very stinky and we have plenty of issue within this product in Malaysia. We have plenty of palm oil product and this waste will give the nuisance to population. So we can avoid the effluents. We can treat the effluents from with algae. Not only the bioremediation, we can get the biofertilizer and growth stimulant out of algae. Okay, but when you're talking about biofertilizer, you can take the cyanobacteria or other nitrogen fixing algae, which we cannot fix it. You spend a lot of money also. The microorganism can stick wonderfully and we can use it as a biofertilizer directly. And growth stimulant, when you talk about growth stimulant, when you extract other product, there is a product from algae, you can use it as a algae stimulant. It will stimulate your growth. Okay. When you use algae, use algae, nothing is left. So diverse revenue sources from algae. So if you take the algae, if you extract renewable diesel, then omega, then protein, and the renewable gasoline, specialty products. So nothing is waste. So you can use everything. If you take wonderfully, you can use everything. Nothing is waste from algae. So you can use everything and we make profit out of it. Algae has wonderful market from worldwide. So health product, health food has 2,500 USD